Everything big. Oh, you fancy, huh?
Let me see your hands. Wave them at them bitches hating on you with their friends. Girl, you got it.
Okay, so the audio is gonna be a little bit odd because my kiddo is watching something over there, but I'm chilling on the chair. I'm rearranging the room, and normally you don't see a wall. Well, sometimes you do, but now you'll see wall and door. I'm rearranging the nail room to say I'll be facing this way. It'll look more presentable on camera always, no matter. It'll always be presentable. And I just randomly, I've been thinking about Tyler Oakley for a minute. I'm like, is he still making YouTube videos? I remember his videos. Like, oh, what's up, you guys, with the cute little bubbly face? And I'm like, I just looked him up, and I'm like, oh my god, this shit was 31. You were 31. You are only technically, how old am I? You're only a few years older than me. I used to watch you and Troy Sivan and Jenna Marbles, like all these people. We watched them like cable TV. They were our entertainment. We were just following everything that they were doing. We come home, like, oh my god, that was an era on YouTube. And I remember I recorded a video a little bit about someone else. What was his name? What was his name? I can't remember his name right now. I just remember that he had made a coming out video and then said, oh, haha, it's just a joke. And then he came back and said, what was it, a year or two later, and said, you remember this joke? Remember this video? And then he started talking about the fact that, yeah, I'm actually blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, it's whatever. Because who remembers all those times when it felt as if it was like the year of coming out? Back to back to back, people were just coming forward like, oh yes, I'm of the LGBTQ. Was it? No, that's not it. The little bitty qua. I'm a part of the little bitty qua. I just felt like a period of time. I just felt like everybody was from the bitty. Jesus, I can't even say it. The bitty critical. I don't even know, whatever they said from that community. That was an era on YouTube. It's like every month, every week, somebody was coming out. But I think, but I don't think back then it wasn't widely accepted. Like people had to really be hiding, like it was a thing. Careers, I think, were getting canceled back in the day. Like if you would act, if you were openly like that, it wasn't a thing. Now it's like whatever. Because we became, it became more accepting, and well, not really that, but people became more accepting of people from that. I was gonna say genre. Jesus, what's the right word? I don't even know. But the point remains that usually people from that orientation, non-straight people, if that helps. Jesus, I don't know the terms to use right now, but once upon a time there would be a lot of hate. Granted, there is still hate now, but it's nothing like what it used to be when I was younger. There are so many things that you have come to unlearn, and as you're older you come to realize that 90% of the reason why people from the LGBTQIA community were, at least from my culture, why they were shunned, not even more, they still are, why they were shunned and looked down upon and judged and they don't want nothing to do with you, is because they automatically associate that with people who get into relations with underage individuals. Whenever most Caribbean people, you're gonna ask, not even most Caribbean, I'll just say Jamaican because I'm Jamaican. Most Jamaican person, you ask them why them do like people from the LGBTQIA. The first thing you're going to hear, because they're going to touch your children. Just because they're from the LGBTQIA community don't mean they can be touching your goddamn kids. I don't know where we got that from and how it became so engraved in us that we automatically assume as soon as someone said there that you immediately think, oh, they're going to touch kids. I don't know where that came from. I don't know how that came about, but that goes hand in hand with every child going to church is a child. Every child going to church Every Sunday, you know you're going to church. There's no escape. You're going to church. Everybody grew up in church. There's a church at every corner. There's a church in front of a church beside a church in front of another church. That's just how it is. And I'm gonna end this rant right here before I incriminate myself and people start to cuss me the hell out. So, alright, good night. This is just a rant. It's just the fact that I just saw Tyler Oakley, and then it's like, oh my god, I feel old. And the fact that I'm watching my kid grow up and having to answer questions and having to explain things, and I'm like, oh, oh my god. And I'm hearing terms. I know I've never really followed up with slang terms and stuff, but it's even worse now. I'll be hearing some stuff, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. Anyway.